This time I'm on Adobe Illustrator and I'm going to show you how to create a logo. The feature that I'm going to be focusing on today is how to make an object in 3D and also grouping and ungrouping it so that we can change colors within that. So stay tuned. I'm just going to go through the first few parts of creating a small logo, and then once I've created that I will come back and explain how to do the 3D shapes. Okay, as you can see here, I've just got my name here, and I've got the two shapes here that I'd like to create the logo for. I obviously got this inspiration from Tommy Hilfiger, so I'm just going to do something very similar to that. So what I'm going to do first of all is I made sure that this is these two shapes are the same size, and I've made sure that there's no stroke in them, just so that it's easy for me to change that. So now what you want to do is, if you want to make these objects into 3D shapes, what you can do is, I'll show you one of them and then it's easy to do the other one. So you go to Effect, 3D, Extrude and Bevel, and at the bottom here, this is a really handy part here, you can do a preview, okay, of the shape that you want it to look like. So here you can change the direction of how you want it to look, which direction you'd like it to look like, and you can also change those directions through that as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to select them both this time, go to 3D, Extrude and Bevel. I'm just going to keep it in that shape because I really like it that way. The perspective, we'll change it slightly. You can see the changes being made here as you increase the perspective, how it's going to look like. I'm just going to keep that to 0 at this point in time. You want to have it in plastic shading. Feel free to try different ways of shading there. And you want to do blend steps to about 25. You can see how it changes. You can't see much difference, but it does change the shading of each side of that shape. I keep it to about 20 to 25 for this task. .22 should do, and then I just click OK. So what here is, you can see that there are two shapes here. You can see that the black one has just gone over, but what I'm going to do is just to show you how I would change colors, like how you can see different shades. I'm just going to change the fill here to about brown. Now you can see all different shapes of it. What I will do now is I'm just going to change the colors of each side of these shapes. So to do that, I'm just going to select both of them, go to Object, Expand Appearance, and now it's allowing me to see the different sides of it. And you could show the students as well that you're teaching that there are different layers, that you can see that there's the layer for that. So if you hide that, just like Photoshop for example, you can see that it's showing those layers, and you can expand within those layers as well. So keep an eye on the layers here while I'm expanding each one of them. So I'm going to work with the red one first, and right click on it, and I'm going to do ungroup. So you can see here, even within, after I've ungrouped it, you can see how I can select each side of it now. However, I can't make that change here, but you can see that it's been selected. You can remove that as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do ungrouping again until I can select it just like that. So you might have had to do it twice or 3 times, but just wait until you can ungroup and you can select each one of them. Now it's the easy part. All you have to do is just go and change the color to anything that you like. I'm just going to go with a darker shade here. I'm going to go with a blue theme, so I'm just going to keep that one there. I'm just going to leave the top in red because I like the red that way. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to go and ungroup it like I said that. I'm going to see if I can still select. I can't select it anymore. Still going to go ahead and ungroup it one more time. Now I can select each side, so I'm just going to go with a variant of brown. And orange sounds good to me. Might do slightly yellowish color. So you can see here how it's panning out to be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all this. Just move it a little bit closer to that design. I got a pretty funky pattern going on here, which I'm just going to move it closer and make it sit close enough to that design. What you wanted to tell your students is once you've done that and you wanted this to be just one object, all you got to do is just group them back together. That way you can move them to where you'd like it to be. I like it to be in the middle here. So you can tell the students for it to go to move it at the same time if you group them together. I'm just going to edit here, just finish it off. Just so they are between my name at the right time. The way I'm just moving these shapes around is just using my arrow keys on my keyboard. Okay, so there you go. There's your basic logo using 3D and using grouping and ungrouping. Thank you.